What's up, guys? James Zuba, newsmagician.com. I'm back with another video recap coming to you from the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You see the Pitt logo behind me. You see the Hell to Pitt sign. We're not doing that. Nobody's howling to Pitt. Nobody's interested in that. Syracuse picks up a 65-56 win on the road. Defense was solid through most of the night. Pittsburgh really struggled to get it going against the zone. You know, I thought in the half court a little bit when they were passing the ball around the perimeter, you saw the ball sort of sticking in their hands a little bit. Guys were content. They were trying to ball fake, which definitely serves a purpose to get the defense off balance. But I thought Syracuse did a good job of staying locked in defensively. Didn't really fall for the ball fakes. And if they did, they were there to rotate. So I just thought that Pitt really struggled to move the ball against the zone, and as a result, they took some tough shots, and their shooting percentages weren't there. You know, for the entire game, you're looking at 22.7% from three, and then 31.6% from two and three combined. So those kind of numbers aren't going to get it done against a team like Syracuse, and obviously the point total reflects that. O'Shea Brissett broke back out again. He's looked very aggressive this past week or so. You sort of started to see that come out a little bit against Virginia Tech. Saw it at BC a little bit with the monster dunk, and then today I think was his best game of ACC play, if not his best game of the season. Finishes with 18 points and 12 rebounds. So the Pitt guys, they said after the game that he was a monster on the boards, really tough to contain there. He was a big key. Frank Howard also had 15 points. He got loose in the second half, had back-to-back threes in one scenario. He shot it pretty well, 3 of 6 for 3, 4 of 9 overall for the game, and he had 4 steals as well. Most of those coming in the first half. So a good game for Frank after not playing for most of the second half against Boston College. All this to say, pretty impressive that Syracuse can get a win like this in an ACC environment with Tyus Battle not impacting the game in the scoring column. Tyus had 5 assists in the first half, but he had 0 points. And throughout the second half, he only had 2 layups. He had 4 points late, and then he got fouled and had 2 free throws. So it says a lot about Syracuse for them to get a win like this in a road environment without having to have Tyus score the ball so much. Buddy Boeheim was big in the first half. He knocked down 2 threes. The crowd was on him a little bit, chanting "Daddy's boy." I thought he responded to it pretty well. Said, in the post-game locker room, he's not really focused on that, but he was at least aware of it, and he could hear it because he says when you do hear that stuff, it makes you want to play even better. So just to close out, closing thoughts. Pascal Chukwu had a great, start to the game. Kind of disappeared a little bit throughout the second half, but he still impacted the game defensively. He finished tonight with 10 points and 8 rebounds. He had 8 points right off the bat. But he was a really big key tonight to start. And then big picture-wise, Syracuse moves to 5-1 in road games. So that's key. I think that'll, again, as I've said before, that'll really help them come Selection Sunday when you're parsing through the resume there. And then 7-2 in league play. So Syracuse has done a really good job of solidifying themselves at the top, and it's going to get really tough coming down the stretch. So these games are really important to win. You really can't afford, a road loss at BC or at a Pitt. So 7-2, the ACC starting to separate a little bit. Beyond that, Florida State's just below Syracuse at 4-4. Those 2 teams will play at the Carrier Dome on Tuesday with an 8 p.m. tip. So for James Zuba, newsmagician.com, keep it locked with us. We'll have coverage throughout the rest of the season.